Good lunchtime, afternoon, that means lunchtime. How are you? I am sitting at, do you know, I think this is a bit of a rant. I don't know what it is really. I just feel I have to say something rather than chomp on the sandwiches and chat to... Anyway, people, I'm talking to you guys. I'm at the British Psychological Society's talk at Queen's University, and I'm really learning here. I don't know if I am actually. It's beginning to piss me off. I'm understanding about how to support young people, about raising resilience, and I think there's a proper title to it. Do you know what? I don't know what it is. It's raising. I put it somewhere. Raising resilience for our young people, children and young people, about their mental health. And do you know what? I'm sitting here listening to some very high up individuals in their field. We've got the Department of Education, we've got the Commission in Northern Ireland for Children and Young People. We've got lots of people with good job titles. Lovely, great. And I'm looking at lots of statistics. And what everyone is saying very earnestly is we need to do more for mental health. And I get that, especially for our children's mental health. I've shared statistics with you in the past. I shall share more later when I can remember them and I've downloaded them from my brain. But what we're really saying is that 50% of mental health starts before the age of 14. And what we're saying here, bearing in mind I'm reporting in Northern Ireland, living in Northern Ireland, is we need to reduce the waiting lists and columns. We need to have, more joined up principles and an approach. That sounds good. Yeah, that sounds really good. We need to do this and we need to do this. Do you know, I have seen God knows how many bloody studies today. And we've had a study from 2 years ago and 5 years ago. There's another one that's going on at the minute. And hang on a minute. Here's a concise copy of the report, which goes to about 100 pages. And then here's a full copy of the report, which is about 100 pages. And then here's all printed out at vast expense. I wish they'd put that bloody money towards mental health as it stands. And then here's a concise one. And now here's an easy to read leaflet. And all of which is saying that we need to do more. All of which is saying we need to reach out. All of which is saying we need to do this. Oh, but hang on a minute. Oh, no, we can't do that. I'm getting really cross. We can't do that because our bloody politicians can't even be bothered to sit, let alone make any decisions. That's just Northern Ireland. But across the board, what I'm hearing is these people who have been doing, who are very well respected, and that's great. They are making all these recommendations. They are within an inch of their life. They've got so many statistics, stuff that's backing it all up, but they can't put any of this into big practice because there's no resources. I'm not even going to get started about the idiots on the hill, the fools on the hill in Stormont, because they're not even worth talking about. But they just don't have the resources to spend, to support, I'm looking for my tea, to support these young people. We've had young kids here talking about how much they're struggling and what they're putting up with and how they need looked after. And do you know what they're saying? Do you know what the kids are saying? Is stop putting us on meds. We have, listen to this, there are 11 different medications that our children are put on, potentially put on by GPs. I'm not even going to go and knock the GPs. 11 different medications and antipsychotic pills and potions that the medics can put our kids on. 3 of them, 3 only, are NICE recognised. Oh, okay. And do you know what? And the grown-ups are sort of saying, oh, no, we'll put them on meds and we'll help them out. They've got no programmes to put these kids on. Do you know what the kids are asking for? Please just speak to us. Please just help us. Please stop medicating us. Please just come and do something with us and talk to us and help us because we don't know what we're doing. I've got graphs like you wouldn't bloody believe. Oh, look, especially now for teenagers, look how depressed they are. Shoot spikes in the graphs. Look how their mental health is affected by X, Y, and Z. Shoots in the graph. So what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? And I went to the commissioner afterwards, who actually spoke exceedingly well and hit so many bloody buttons with me, and I thrust a book in her, literally, in her hand. And I said, I am a private practitioner, I am a parent, and I am doing something about it. I'm not creating another report or another graph or a concise copy or an easy-to-read copy. I am giving, God, I'm so cross. I'm giving parents and teenagers the tools to do something about it, rather than saying we must have more joined-up processes so one department can speak to the other. Yes, I hear you, but whilst you're working out that procedure to help these bloody kids, can we not give them the tools to do something about it at the minute? Damn, I'm cross. And I was here to learn. I'm here to build, learn how to help children build resilience. And all I'm seeing is officials saying that this is out of control. And we need to do more, and no one's saying how. You know, everyone's saying, oh, we must speak to, the government departments must speak to one another, and the Department of Education's going, oh, I understand that the health service are really stressed, and yes, and the health service is turning around and saying, oh, I understand you've got your hands full. And in the meantime, this mental health situation is out of control for our young people. They're killing themselves because they've got no alternative. They feel that they've got no alternative. Wendy says breathe. Well, Wendy, I better have a cup of tea, haven't I? Oh, God. Share this. Find someone to put this somewhere where it's going to make a difference. Because all the while everyone's nodding and going, oh, here, yes, you're quite right. And no one is saying how. Do you know what I did last year? I sent out free of charge, I think it was about 120 of my books to every school, primary school and secondary school in Northern Ireland, just saying, listen, I'm here, can we do something, speak to me, let's reach out, let's do something. And I got one response. Not even a thank you for your book, Cai. I got one response. And I want to go into schools. So I can stand there and say, listen, parents. And everyone's sort of saying, oh, well, the buck stops with the parents as well as the schools. Too right. Well, how do we help them? How do we help parents? Because they're just as bloody lost as everyone else feels, or the children feel. And we know that it's all learned behaviour. And when the parents are feeling as though their hands are tied and they don't know what the flip they're doing, I wonder what it's like for their kids. And here I am, standing here at the BPS, the British Psychological Society, and they're in you know, they've got lots of other people, that, you know, it's a great list of people who are speaking. The chair of the branch and Belfast Trust and Education Authority and NHS Scotland, Ulster University, who else? Children's Commissioner, jeez. And we've got Department of Education, and it's all just wonderful. And everyone is saying, this is what we should do, this is what we should do, and not one person yet has said how. Not one person has said, and this is what we do. And it's just upsetting me. The fact that so much is spent on all these bloody surveys. I tell you what, I've conducted about 3 polls. I conducted a poll, listen to this, in my Facebook group, and I asked my wonderful, wonderful parents, caigraham.com/group, if you want to come and join us, and I asked them, free of charge. It did not cost me thousands of pounds to get it ring-binded and crap like that, and I said, what are your main problems, what are your main concerns? And the first one was confidence, and the second one was anxiety. And do you know what? I have just sat here today to find the same bloody results shoved up there on a blimmin' screen saying, this is what we found. I thought, I tell you what, love, I could have saved you millions. And 1p of every health pound in Northern Ireland, I think, is spent on, now I don't know if I'm right or wrong, I'd have to go back and look at my stats. I don't know if it's teenage mental health or I don't know if it's mental health as a whole. 1p, that's something, I mean, really. Really. So I was wanting to come and say today, oh my God, I've learned so much. Just you wait till I tell you all about the tools we've got. And I tell you what, I should bloody well stand up there and spout and tell them, there's a room of 300 people here. What I would like to do is give them my 3 C's and say, instead of saying what you need to do about bloody government departments standing up and chatting to another, here are 3 things that you can do, you can take and implement in schools and implement with your family. 3 C's. Does anyone know what my 3 C's are? I'll tell you. And this is for anyone that wants to communicate with a teacher or with a child. If you're a teacher, if you're a carer, if you're a parent, if you're a grandparent, and this doesn't cost anything. I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to spend vast amounts of money for that. Is 1, ask your child, what is your number? And they will tell you, they need to tell you on a scale of 1 to 10 how they are feeling right here, right now. And then you ask them, what is your word? And they need to give you a describing word of how they are feeling right now. And then you need to ask them, do you want to talk? And they either say yes or no. And that has to be respected. And that's what these people need to hear today. They need to hear how we can help children with mental health, how we can open the floodgates. I've got the graphics up here are fabulous with little things with cogs in, and someone else had a sort of a picture of a firework type thing. Oh, bollocks to all that. Can't you just give us and children the tools they need so that when they are feeling suicidal, they know what to do, rather than, don't worry, we're getting government departments to chat to one another and we'll reduce the CALMS waiting list from, 6 weeks to 5.8 weeks. It's bloody ridiculous. And I so wanted to come here to feel buoyed up. And I know that people are doing their very best, and I know that they are trying really hard to do stuff, but the whole point is it's glaringly obvious that the system is broken, and they're just saying, by the way, the system's broken and we've got studies to prove it, and it's just all they need to do is start speaking to the kids, because the kids are saying, take us off meds and give us the tools. Well, golly. CaiGraham.com/anxiety. If you want a tool right here, right now, what time is it? It's 1:30, okay? Or 1:20. If you bought CaiGraham.com/anxiety now, within an hour you would have a tool to teach you A, how to beat and manage anxiety, and B, 10 tips to help you support a child who has anxiety. And that will cost you less than a takeaway. And it's certainly, you do not need a concise edition and a easy to read an edition. And here's for propping up the bed of 4 inches of text edition. I wanted to take lots of lovely Instagram pictures to show you how I was getting so much from today. And do you know what I got from today? Was the fact that with the best will in the world, people are trying to help young people and they just don't know how. They're just telling each other what they should be doing. They're making sound bites, and no one is saying, here are the tools. Here are the tools to reduce mental health problems with young children. Thing is, you know me and I give you the tools, so that's all right, isn't it? So if you come and join us, CaiGraham.com/group is where it all hangs out. I don't usually shout. I'm usually quite a nice, easygoing person, but when I get passionate, when I get cross, when I get fired up, it is my mission, and I feel even more single-handedly at the minute, to help parents raise a mentally healthier and happier generation of children. And I'll tell you what, there's lots of people here who've got lots of statistics to prove that we're not doing it very well at the minute. looks fairly crap, isn't it? So, I know, do you know, and the funny thing is, and it just makes me realise that when you work privately and on your own, there's about 2 rows here of, not dignitaries, that's unfair, speakers. And each speaker, wait for this, has someone else coming on and introducing them. Someone different, not even one MC, not even a compere, not even I'm running the show and I'll introduce everyone. Every single person that speaks has their own, dare I call it, lackey, to say, and in a minute we're going to have so-and-so. They don't even say, and here is their track record. They just say, and they read the slide that's behind them. I tell you what, could they not just introduce themselves? Rather than waste someone's time, sitting next to them for the whole day to have their 1 minute of fame to introduce. I can't begin to say how incredulous I feel. But there we are. So I'm going to be back on my one-man band because that's how it feels at the minute. And you guys, my wonderful parents, my wonderful followers, my wonderful supporters, let us keep plugging on because we don't need statistics. I mean, they're good to make you go, ooh, but they're good to draw attention, that's what I mean. But we don't need reports and bound books and things that have been heat sealed to prove that our children are hitting a mental health epidemic. We don't need that. What we need is to collectively work together and support them. That's what we need to do. And I feel a bit sad because so many people are well-meaning and wanting to do all the right things. I totally get that. And yet their hands are tied because there's no bloody money or there's no one in our blimmin' government, thanks Stormont, who are prepared to make decisions because they're too busy with their own agendas. So I'm sure it's nearly the end of lunch, so I've got to go. I don't know how I can do. I suppose I just keep on plugging on, isn't it? Is doing my own bit and plugging on and just saying, well, you know, this is how I can help singly. But I just feel sad that we've got to keep on doing another survey. Oh my God, we can't take the 2016 one, it's so out of date. Let's get another one for 2018 and then we can start thinking about doing something about it when it's been printed in triplicate. We don't need any more bloody reports, we just need action. We need action, we need tools and techniques and strategies to help those children. We've got 2. And do you know, the funny thing is that we're all sitting here and the room's getting hotter and everyone's getting slightly more jaundiced. And then just before the break, 2 kids, 20 and 21-year-olds, stood up and said, this is my struggle. And I tell you what, they got the biggest round of applause because they are at the coalface and they are saying how it is. And this, you know, one young chap just said, well, they kept on giving me meds, so I just wanted to end my life. And okay, with respect, in fairness, credit where credit's due, he's got onto a programme, but that took him 5 bloody years. It should not be the case. We should be equipping our kids with, bang, forget about learning about Hadrian's Wall, forget about learning about, for goodness sake, RE. I mean, yes, okay, with respect, I know, I hear you, but forget about learning all this stuff about calculus and algorithms and cosines and sines and tangents. Yeah, I did that. Don't quite know where it helped me. Forget about all that. Teach our children how to communicate. Teach our children. It's not all about getting 5 GCSEs. It is about getting a mentally happier, healthier generation. And we're not going to do that with a bloody report that's got enough statistics to sink a battleship. Anyway, I don't think I've got anything to offer you. Yes, I do have some. I've got a tool to offer you. CaiGraham.com/anxiety. It was the top thing that was concerning my parents in my Facebook group when I did a poll. It is the top thing that, oh my God, the Department of Education have worked out and saved the health service that one of the top thing was anxiety. Oh, really? Well done for that. How many people did it take you to work that out? And and what they're now saying is our solution is to start talking to one another so that we get the right strategies. Okay, well, in the meantime, CaiGraham.com/anxiety, and in an hour, you will have the strategies to help your children. Everyone's looking at me now because I'm sitting just by the stage and they're all waiting for them to come along, so I better go. So, sorry everyone, no, not sorry, so sorry, not sorry. This needs to be said, it is so important, and whilst everyone is learning what font size to put on the title page, let's do something sensible and effective and constructive. Share this. Much love.